Good afternoon, dear shareholders, Board of Directors, auditors, and scrutinizers who have joined us today in the 29th Annual General Meeting of KEI Industries Limited through video conferencing and physically. I am Kishore Kunal, Company Secretary of the company, and I have joined this meeting from the registered office of the company at D90 Okhla Industrial Area, Phase 1, New Delhi 20. Before commencing the official proceedings, I would like to inform all the attendees about the following points. In order to ensure the safety of all the stakeholders, this AGM is being organized through video conferencing, which is in compliance with the guidelines issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, and SEBI. The company has made all the efforts under the current circumstances to enable all of you to participate in the meeting through virtual mode and to vote electronically. The proceedings of this annual general meeting shall be deemed to have been conducted at the registered office of the company at New Delhi. Attendees can post their queries, if any, in the question and answer chat box, and same will be replied to the respective shareholders within a week's time. All the members who have joined the meeting are by default placed on mute mode in order to transact the meeting in a smooth and fair manner. Upon commencement of the question and answer session, I will announce one by one the name of the shareholders who have registered as a speaker shareholder. The speaker shareholder, if they are present, will thereafter unmute and then ask their queries and express their views, if any. The shareholders are advised to use the headphones for clear audio and switch off other background applications. If there is any connectivity issue at the speaker shareholder's end, we will request the next speaker to ask the questions, and all the speaker shareholders are requested to limit their timeline to 2 minutes for their queries. The company had provided remote emoting facility to all the shareholders from September 5, 2021 9 a.m. to September 7, 2021 5 p.m. on all the resolutions set forth in the notice of 29th Annual General Meeting. Members who have not casted their vote have the option to cast the vote during this AGM, and even after this AGM there will be a window of 15 minutes where they can vote electronically. So these are the instructions for the shareholders, and I am sure that you will keep that in mind during the course of this AGM. With this, now I hand over the proceedings to the chairman, sir, Mr. Anil Gupta ji.
Thank you very much, Kunal. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to the 29th Annual General Meeting of your company. Like the last year, we are once again meeting virtually as the continued impact of COVID-19 pandemic necessitates adoption of safety precautions to arrest its spread, and therefore this AGM today has been convened through video conferencing in compliance with the Companies Act 2013, read with the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. I am informed that we have the requisite quorum present through video conference to conduct the proceedings of this meeting. I welcome my other colleagues on the board of your company to the 29th Annual General Meeting. Now, let me ask your board of directors to introduce themselves. First, I request all the directors present on the dais to introduce themselves. Now I request Mr. Akshit Divyaj Gupta to introduce himself.
Good afternoon. I am Akshit Divyaj Gupta. I am whole-time director on the board of KEI Industries Limited. I am attending this AGM from our registered office in New Delhi.
Thank you. Thank you, Akshit. Now I request Mr. Vikram Bhartia to introduce himself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am an independent director on the board of KEI Industries Limited. I am also the chairman of Nomination Remuneration Committee and member of the Audit Committee, Stakeholders Relationship Committee. I am attending the AGM from the registered office of the company at New Delhi.
Thank you, Bhartia ji. Now I request Mr. Rajiv Gupta to introduce himself.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I am Rajiv Gupta, ED Finance and CFO and whole-time director of the company. I am also member of the Finance Committee, CSR Committee, and Risk Management Committee and QIP Committee. I am joining the AGM from the registered office of the company at Okhla, New Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajiv. We also have with us our statutory auditors of the company, Mr. Pawan Kumar Agarwal, partners of Messrs. Pawan Shubham and Company. I request him to introduce himself.
Good afternoon. I am Pawan Kumar Agarwal, partner of Pawan Shubham Company. I am attending this meeting from the registered office of the company at Okhla, New Delhi.
Thank you, Pawanji. Now I request Mrs. Archana Gupta to introduce herself.
Everyone, I'm Archana Gupta. I am a non-independent director on the board of KI and the member of finance committee. I am attending the AGM from Delhi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Archana. Now I request Pawan Bholusaria ji to introduce himself.
Board of KI Industries Limited. I am also the chairman of the Audit Committee, Corporate Social Responsibility Committee, Share Allotment Committee, and member of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, Stakeholder Relationship Committee, and QIP Committee. I am attending the meeting AGM from Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you, Pawanji. Now I request Shri Krishan Gopal Somani ji to introduce himself. उनको अनम्यूट करो.
Thank you.
सोमानी जी आप रिपीट कर दीजिए, वो आप अनम्यूट करके बोल दीजिए.
ये अनम्यूट नहीं आ रही है.
हाँ, अभी आ रही है आवाज.
I'm Lady Kumani. I'm independent director of KI. And I'm also a member of the audit committee and QIP committee. I'm attending this AGM from my office in New Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Somani ji. Now I request Shri Vijay Bhushan ji to introduce himself.
Good afternoon, everybody. A very warm welcome to all shareholders today. I am Vijay Bhushan. I am an independent director on the board of KEI Industries Limited. I am also the chairman of the Stakeholder Relationship Committee and member of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, as well as the Share Allotment Committee. I am attending this AGM from my office at New Delhi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vijay ji. Now I request Shri Sadhuram Bansal ji to introduce himself.
Would join me.
Okay. Thank you. Now I request Ms. Shalini Gupta ji to introduce herself.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the AGM today. I'm Shalini Gupta, an independent director on the board of KEI Industries. I'm attending the AGM from my office in Gurgaon.
Thank you, Shalini ji. We also have with us scrutinizers of this meeting, Mr. Sumit Kumar Batra, proprietor of SK Batra and Associates. I request him to introduce himself.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sumit Kumar Batra, proprietor of SK Batra and Associates. I am appointed as scrutinizer of 29th annual general meeting of KEI Industries Limited. I am attending this meeting from my office in New Delhi. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Sumit ji. Dear members, the notice convening this AGM and a copy of annual report for the financial year ended 31st March 2021 has already been circulated to the members of the company through email, and notice in this regard was also published in the newspaper. With your permission, I shall take them as read. Dear shareholders, with your permission, for agenda item number 3 and 4 of the notice, I request Mr. Vikram Bhatia, a non-interested and independent director to act of the company, to act as a chairman. Now, with your permission, I will begin my formal address to the shareholders. Dear shareholders, an unprecedented year for everyone. Financial year 2020-21 nevertheless demonstrated KEI's resiliency and resolve. Throughout this tough period, our unflinching focus has been towards safeguarding our people, ensuring no major disruption to our customers and consumers, supporting our communities, and retaining our financial strength. It was also a year of transformation for KEI as we set out to aggressively grow our retail segment while gradually reducing the contribution of EPC projects to our overall sales mix. We believe that this strategic shift will enable us to deliver better value in this year ahead. The fiscal year commenced amidst the nationwide lockdown, resulting into all our plants being shut down for almost an entire month. Our employees transitioning to a remote working environment, dealers not being operational, and supply chain disruption. As the year progressed, the slowdown in economic activities with infrastructure projects facing delays due to shortage of workforce, localized restrictions, and widespread uncertainty had a significant bearing on the demand for wires and cables. At KEI, we responded with agility to deliver a commendable performance against this exceptionally challenging backdrop. Our net sales for the financial year 2021 stood at rupees 4,181 crores as against 4,884 crores in the previous year. This decline in net sales was largely due to the lockdown and business restrictions in the first quarter and the execution of one large export order in previous year. Our EPC sales for the full year were also lower, which is as per the management strategy to reduce our dependence on EPC business and restrict its turnover. Our strong focus on optimizing our costs enabled us to improve our EBITDA margins to 11.49% as against 10.49% in the previous year. Profit after tax stood at rupees 273 crores as against rupees 255 crores in the previous year. We are also pleased to report that our net debt, including acceptances, has been reduced by rupees 514 crore in the year under review, which has helped to reduce our finance cost. The retention money from the EPC debtors is partly expected to be released during financial year 21-22, which will provide us with sufficient cash flows to meet our working capital and growth requirements. Further, our company's credit rating was upgraded to ratings AA- for long-term bank facilities and A1+ for short-term bank facilities. The revised outlook, along with our strong liquidity profile, will enable us to secure funds at a very competitive costs. As mentioned previously, our retail segment faced an exceptionally challenging first quarter, during which sales declined by nearly 49% from the corresponding period in the previous year. However, with the easing of restrictions and unlocking of the economy, retail sales made a strong sequential revival to almost erase the adverse impact of the first quarter. For the full year, sales through the dealer network or dealer distribution market was almost at par with the last year. More importantly, the contribution of our retail segment to the overall sales mix now stands at 34% as against 29% in the previous year. This is in line with our focused strategy as the retail business offers better margins and has lower working capital requirements. Going forward, our target is to generate 40 to 50% of our overall sales from the retail segment in the medium term. To provide a thrust to the retail segment, we have been strengthening our manpower in various sales branches at different levels all over India. We have also hired a leading consultant for helping us formulate the strategies to increase our sales through our distribution network. We remain focused on growing our dealer network, deepening our engagement with our channel partners, and strengthening our brand visibility through increased investments. Plans to foray into FMEG sector are also being carefully evaluated to boost our retail sales. Our institutional segment continued to deliver a steady performance with our strong pre-qualification credentials, enabling us to tap the growing opportunities across multiple sectors. Our expertise and capabilities are best demonstrated by the fact that we are among the select few manufacturers globally for manufacturing extra high voltage cables up to 400 kV voltage grade, which are being used for underground power transmission lines. Our market leading position and the expanded customer relationships that we have built in this segment make us look to the future with confidence, especially as several of these sectors will be strong growth drivers powered by the government's focus on infrastructure and building a self-reliant nation. As a strategic decision, we are reducing our stake in the EPC business due to the elongated working capital cycle, slow recovery of the payments and the low margin profile. We are confident that our shift from EPC will be more than compensated by our retail segment in the coming years, as we use the feed up resources to drive the latest growth, while we will still pursue EPC projects when it satisfies our project selection criteria. We will limit its contribution to overall sales at 10 to 15%, a clear benefit for our shareholders as well as for KEI. During the year under review, EPC contributions reduced from 15.64% to 11.15%, which has helped us to reduce our working capital requirements. For our export segment, we delivered a resilient performance with sales being largely at par with financial year 1920 after excluding one exceptionally large order that was executed during that year. In a pandemic hit year, our ability to grow our international business was constrained as travel restrictions limited our business development activities. However, as conditions start normalizing, we will pursue our customer engagements with greater intensity to regain our growth momentum. We are actively looking at developing new export markets while deepening our presence in existing geographies. To support our growth ambitions, we will continue to invest in increasing our capacity. In the previous years, we had augmented our house wires capacity with the setting up of a new facility. We are now looking at investing around rupees 600 to 700 crores from internal accruals for growing our capacities for manufacturing low tension, high tension and extra high voltage cables. The capex will be undertaken over 4 to 5 years period. Meanwhile, the company has sufficient capacity to cater to the market demand over the next years, by when the new production lines will also be available. I am enormously proud of how adaptive and resilient our employees were in the face of global pandemic. I would like to thank every one of our employees for their hard work during this challenging time. With the health and safety of our people as our foremost priority, we quickly transitioned to work from home model for employees whose role enabled them to work remotely. Regular sanitization at workplace, free distribution of masks, tie-ups with hospitals for COVID-19 testing, hospitalization and other emergency requirements, and arranging oxygen concentrators were among the other measures taken for the safety and the well-being of our people. We are pleased to share that we have rolled out vaccination drives across all our locations for our employees and their families. With the pandemic still raging on, we continue to strictly adhere to all COVID-19 appropriate protocols at our sites. Heading into financial year 21-22, the severe second wave of COVID-19 in India resulted in a renewed lockdown of the economy. While the nation was hit hard with the huge loss of lives, the situation is now under control and lockdowns have been eased with the government's focus on accelerating vaccination rollout, strengthening of healthcare infrastructure and heightening public awareness on adopting health and safety measures. The improved operating environments continued with pent-up demand should boost the market growth for the wires and cables. Projects in the areas of roads and highways, tunnel ventilation projects for highways as well as railways, metro rail, power transmission and distribution, airports, solar power projects, and nuclear power projects, among others, are being awarded to spur economic growth. Further, the government has extended its rupees 111 lakh crore, 111 lakh crore USD 1.5 trillion national infrastructure pipeline, which is an umbrella program integrating multi-sector infrastructural projects to cover more projects by 2025. We are also witnessing capacity expansion and upgradation in various state-owned oil refineries. The production-linked incentives scheme announced by the government will encourage private players to enhance their domestic manufacturing capabilities. Smart city projects are underway, while the expected pickup in demand for real estate will aid the recovery of the construction sector. All these factors point towards substantial growth for wires and cable industry, and we believe well-organized companies with good working capital management will be able to extract better value. At KEI, we have a strong cash flow and balance sheet and substantial liquidity. This, combined with our proven manufacturing and distribution capabilities, positions us to be opportunistic in strategically reinvesting, capitalizing on market trends, and expanding our business. I would like to thank all our stakeholders, including customers, bankers, financial institutions, central and state government bodies, channel partners, business associates, suppliers, and employees, community, and to you, and also to you, our shareholders, for the continued trust and support in a difficult year. The board is confident that while the pandemic has created near-term challenges, the business is fundamentally strong to deliver better value in the years ahead. I wishing all of you the best in these challenging times. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your elaborate speech. I now request our statutory auditor, Mr. Pawan Kumar Agrawal, to read out the auditor's report for the benefit of the shareholders.
In the interest of the time, I would be reading the two paragraphs of our audit report. We have audited the accompanying standalone and consolidated financial statement of KEI Industries Limited, which comprise the standalone and consolidated balance sheet as of 31st March 2021 and the statement of profit and loss, including other comprehensive income, the cash flow statement, the statement of changes in equity for the year then ended, notes to the financial statement, including a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory information. In our opinion, and to the best of our information and according to the explanation given to us, the aforesaid standalone and consolidated financial statement give the information required by the Companies Act 2013 in the manner so required and give a true and fair view in conformity with Ind AS prescribed under Section 133 of the Act. Read with the Companies Rules 2015 as amended and other accounting principles generally accepted in India of the state of affairs of the company as of 31st March 2021. And there is no qualification in our report. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dear shareholders, pursuant to the provisions of Companies Act 2013 and the SEBI LODR regulations, the company has provided facility for e-voting by electronic means to all the members. For this purpose, the company has tied up with NSDL as an agency. The company provided remote e-voting facility to all the persons who were members as on the cutoff date, September 1, 2021. Members attending the AGM today who have not cast their vote by remote e-voting are entitled to exercise their right to vote by e-voting during this AGM also. Mr. Sumit Kumar Batra, the practicing company secretary, has been appointed by the board as the scrutinizer for conducting the e-voting process in a fair and transparent manner. The results will be declared on or before 48 hours after considering the e-voting done today by the members and also remote e-voting already done by the members earlier. The result declared along with the scrutinizer's report shall be placed on the company's website and also on the website of NSDL immediately. The company shall simultaneously forward the result to all the stock exchanges where the shares of the company are listed. As the meeting is convened through VC today, resolutions have already been put to vote through remote e-voting, and the requirement to propose and second are not applicable for this meeting. Dear shareholders, thank you for joining today and for taking time to participate in today's AGM. Before we go live with the question and answer session, here are some points to note for your convenience. Kindly turn on your video when you are projected on the broadcast screen. Kindly unmute yourself and proceed to ask the questions or express your views. Please mention your name, folio number, and the location from where you are joining. You are requested to limit your timeline to 2 minutes per participants. Once you have asked your questions, you can log off and continue to watch the proceedings of the meeting. As per the information which the shareholders have sent to us, there has been certain registrations regarding speaker registration. So first, I request Mr. Arvind Wacker to express his views or ask their questions. Mr. Arvind Wacker, please, if you are in the meeting, unmute yourself.
Yeah, I have done that.
Thank you. So you can go ahead with your views or the query, whatever you have.
First of all, I must thank you for accepting my request and agreeing to register me as a speaker for KEI ISDI. I congratulate KEI management for good performance in spite of pandemic crisis. Again, as explained by our chairman, Mr. Anil Gupta, I would like to further congratulate KEI for upgrading the credit rating plus reducing the substantial amount of loan, which is definitely going to benefit the shareholders. See, actually, I have some suggestion, but it is like showing a torch to the sun. Let me tell you that Mr. Anil Gupta is so knowledgeable and a so powerful person in this particular field. I know him. Actually, I worked in Cable Corporation of India as a general manager of Western region. So I personally feel that my suggestion is not really that great knowing him, but still I thought that as a shareholder, I must contribute from my side. I'm sure the company will be doing much better in the coming years and make shareholders happy by delivering excellent profit. You see, the company is doing really well, especially in the retail portfolio, and the management is targeting to increase the share of revenue to 40 to 50% from the retail segment, as mentioned by the chairman's speech, in his speech. Also, I really like the strategy of, strategically reducing the EPC portfolio due to elongated working capital cycle. And basically, he is open that in case you get a good opportunity, I'm sure Mr. Anil Gupta will think of adding that at the appropriate time. Reduction, in addition to that, I wanted to tell you that in financial year 2021, the profit after tax of the company has increased to 273 crores from earlier profit of 255 crores. Again, this was also mentioned by the chairman in his speech. Despite decline in the revenue to 4,181 crores from earlier figure of 4,884 crores, which is 6.5% of the revenue. But let me just share, one apprehension that we should not be happy. We should be better than the best. From that point of view, I must tell you that our percentage of profit PAT of 6.5% is not that good compared to our competitors. To be honest with you, if I say Polycab has done 9.9% PAT of the revenue, and hence I feel that we need to relook into our product portfolio, and we need to enrich our product mix to get better margin. This is my suggestion. Again, I am not an authority. Couple of things you are already doing. Couple of things maybe repetition what has been told by the chairman, but still I would like to insist on that. One is FAVG. You are almost not visible. You have mentioned, at least in the chairman's speech, that you are working on that on this. But I want that we should really definitely add this immediately. because housing industry is growing very fast now, and FMEG will increase manifold. You may acquire, you may subcontract to vendor or tie up with FMEG, but FMEG must be added for better margin, which of course Mr. Anil Gupta has mentioned in his speech. Second thing, I just want to say that the government of India initiative like BharatNet and other huge demand for digital infrastructure, hence demand for optical fiber cable, that is OFC, LAN, CCTV cable is going to go, fantastically very high. I think more than 5 lakh kilometer cable, OFC cable has been laid down in the last about 1 year back. So this is where they seriously study the market. I personally feel that they seriously study the market and think of adding this in the product portfolio if it is feasible. Third point, the export. Actually, you have mentioned that in the speech that there was some big order, but it has declined to 609 crore compared to 899 crore of the previous year. We must attempt more export order for better margin and faster working capital cycle. This is my suggestion, and I am sure you are working on that. How about adding submersible cable, solar cables, inverters, electric vehicle EV wiring and cables, flexible cable? I think you may be manufacturing this cable, but more aggressive in the sales and marketing is required, or some modification in the manufacturing may be needed to suit to the manufacturer's requirement. Last point is increased capacity utilization. Of course, one good point you have, Mr. mentioned that you are already spending about 600 to 700 crores in expansion of capacity of LT, HT and EHV cable in the next 4 or 5 years. That is a very good thing. But even I would personally feel that you must increase the existing capacity utilization to more than 85%, and you are doing really well in as far as the SS wires are concerned. Our equity investment in 2017, which I have invested in 4 years back, has almost gone 4 times up. I can tell you that I am very happy on that. Your last 5 years and 10 years profit performance has been really good. Even today, the market has gone up by almost 5% today. You seem to have healthy order booking, but last quarter, Q1 of 21-22 was not very encouraging. Revenue and the PBT was lower on QOQ basis and YOY basis. How do you plan to achieve the profit growth in future? Also, I want if you can comment on my suggestion. Sir, thank you so much for giving time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Arvind. Thank you for your suggestions. I'll pointedly give you some answers. We are already manufacturing some submersible cables, solar cables and inverter cables, and we are also manufacturing entire range of flexibles and wiring for electrical vehicles. Of course, we have noted your suggestion that we should be marketing it more aggressively, and I'll put my marketing team to be focused on that. Your suggestion of increasing capacity utilization to more than 85% will definitely come through this year because we are seeing a good growth of capacity utilization and resultant achievement in the revenues from Q2. Q1 was low because of the April and May lockdowns in various states, and the revenue was impacted. However, our revenue on year-on-year basis from last year was up by around 35 to 37% in Q1. Of course, on quarter-on-quarter basis, it was lower because of the lockdowns and pandemic. We are very focused on exports. Present efforts are, impacted because of the travel restrictions across. We are not able to develop new customers and reach out to new markets. Our export declined mainly because we executed a 450 crore worth of order from Dangote Oil and Gas Refinery of Nigeria in year 1920. So the base of the export became very high, which could not be replicated in the year 2021. Your suggestion about the digital infrastructure and optical fiber cables, let me mention, we are manufacturing LAN cables and CCTV cables and selling it through our dealer network. but we will definitely enhance our visibility in these products. So far as optical fiber cable is concerned, it is a different line. We will consider it for aligning it with our dealer network products, but we do not want to go in OFC cable manufacturing to this telecom, infrastructure players at the moment, because it requires a different level of investment. Regarding your suggestions on FMEG, this matter is under consideration. We are already very focused on improving our, presence in trade or through our retail network for our house wire. And once that visibility becomes more, better in next 6 to 8 months, we will consider adding FME, some more products like lighting, etc., into our kitty. So for your, suggestion about improving our revenues and profits, I can assure you that we will continue to grow by minimum 18 to 20% on CAGR basis year on year, and with consequent improvement in the profits because of the better capacity utilization and better, liquidity flows through the retail channels. So we will definitely give a good growth in revenues and profit before tax and after tax, quarter on quarter and year after year. So I think I can reassure our shareholders that the company is heavily focused on growth of revenue and profits, and will give good reward to the shareholders. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So our next speaker is Jasmeet Singh. Mr. Jasmeet Singh,
yes,
if you are in the meeting, you can
on my camera, please allow me.
Yes, Mr. Jasmeet, we are hearing your voice. Continue, please.
So am I visible also?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me start my note. Dear Chairman Anil ji, ED Akshit ji, other directors, CFO Rajiv ji, Company Secretary Kishore and Prakash, and everyone attending this AGM, a very good afternoon to you all from Jasmeet Singh. We are fortunate to connect from our comforts of our offices and homes and interact with you. Thanks to the technology and everyone in the team who have made it possible for me to connect today. Sir, the working shared by you about our company has provided us fair amount of information which is reassuring of our bright future. I am thankful to the management for giving us dividend, which is very valuable in these taxing times. Though the declared dividend of ₹2 is too small in the backdrop of ₹30 per share earnings. And so I request the management to formalize a better dividend paying policy, distributing 1/5 or at least 1/6 of the earned profits every year. On business operations, I am compelled to mention here that despite a lower top line of about 20%, we ended up with higher bottom line. This is highly praiseworthy, as it would not have been possible without your astute leadership and guidance, sir. Hopefully, we will see economic recovery much faster, and so I am looking forward to see some of the following milestones in the next few years, such as 5-digit top line, 4-digit bottom line, 4-digit share price with ₹1 face value, and market cap in 5 digits. Now, sir, I have a couple of concerns and I would like the management to give its views upon. First, there is enough headroom to work upon the operating margins and EBITDA. However, the rising input costs for our products are wrecking whack, which may continue to impact our margins. My question is that, are we going to pass on the increased cost, or so as to remain competitive, are we going to absorb it? Number 2, as I read the annual report that we intend to focus on the retail segment, which is quite right. But I see an equally exciting opportunity, rather more significant, that is in broadband fiber cables. which is at a relative nascent stage and offers huge opportunity going ahead. Equally exciting is the opportunity to focus upon overseas markets. While during the COVID, if I read correctly in the annual report, we exported wires and cables worth rupees 600 crores to about 50 countries, which worked out to an average export billing of rupees 12 crore per country. Now, this figure is too low and needs to be addressed. It would be unfair on my part to finish my note without mentioning the high standards of corporate governance maintained by our company. Do keep it up. On CSR, I must praise the efforts of our company to contribute its bit to the society, especially during the current adverse times of pandemic. Our efforts for eradicating hunger, poverty, promoting healthcare, animal welfare are all noteworthy. But what I liked most was the support extended towards education, that too for the girl's child. I applaud the creation of Shiksha Jyoti portal, which helped several girl childs to continue with their education online. I am again compelled to say that we would have appreciated it more if this online education kit would have been distributed to even shareholders' children, who are also part of the KIE family. I request the team, Pavanji, Archana ma'am, and all other CSR committee members to facilitate shareholders' children now and help them in the best way possible by sponsoring them with the online education kits. To close, I wish everyone very good health, wealth in the coming months ahead and times to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jasmeet ji. It is highly encouraging. We are really encouraged to listen to your suggestions, and I reassure you about your, suggestions of four-digit share price and 5-digit sales volume and the profits. So it will be highly encouraging for us as a promoter and also all our shareholders. We are all thriving for it, and we will work on it, and we will definitely give good performance of the company. Definitely, we have noted the suggestions about adding new products, and we'll work upon it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So our next speaker is Bimal Jain. Mr. Bimal Jain, kindly unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, we are hearing you. You can continue.
Okay. Very good afternoon, respected chairman, all the board of directors, and my fellow shareholders joining this e-meeting. I am Bimal Jain and have joined this e-meeting from Delhi. I hope everyone associated with our company is healthy during this pandemic. I would like to congratulate the chairman sir and his entire management team. KI is doing financially well, and our rating has also improved to AA category, which is a very commendable task. I always get all types of informations for my queries in reply from the company on time. However, I have a couple of small queries. Firstly, I would like to know that our exports were down last year. So what is the plan of our company to improve our exports? And secondly, I also want to know that what is the comparison to the domestic business in the margin to the export business. Lastly, I would like to thank the management team for arranging this e-meeting and providing me with the opportunity to connect directly to put forward my questions. And I hope that when we'll meet the next time, our share value will be at new heights. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Vimal ji. I mean, as explained, that we are quite focused on improving our exports, and you will see a great visibility and improvement in export figures. We have been impacted mainly because of low customer connect due to this pandemic. for doing new business development, we need to visit customers. And during this last 1.5 years, travel is completely restricted on international destinations. That is one of the reasons that we have not been able to bring new customers on board. But definitely, as we are doing very well with the existing customer base, and we will definitely improve our export performance in month after month and quarter after quarter from here. Thank you.
So our next speaker is Subhas Badwa.
इस कथा के पीछे राम जी ने नवरात्रि का व्रत किया और उस व्रत में राम जी ने घटाइयों का शोक भी किया और आहार का त्याग, क्योंकि घर में
there is some background noise. Can you unmute that? Mute that. Yes. Advasi, now you can go ahead.
योद्धा वीर बालक मर जाए तो महीनों तक नींद नहीं आती, महीनों भोजन नहीं जाता, महीनों तक चैन नहीं।
प्लीज म्यूट
बादवा साहब, आपके दूसरी मीटिंग चला रखी, आई थिंक आपने उसको म्यूट कीजिए प्लीज।
वेदामृतम यथमूल जाता,
म्यूट कर दीजिए प्लीज। So now I request the next speaker, Mr. Mahendrapal Bhutani. Bhutani ji, please.
Hello. मेरी
Yes.
जी, ऑनरेबल चेयरमैन श्री अनिल गुप्ता जी, board member and management team. My name is MP Bhutani. Client ID number is 020444054. First of all, I would like to thank the company secretary and his team for sending the annual report well in time and responding to our queries and help us to join this busy meeting, sir. Sir, my question is medium and long-term strategy on the challenges due to the impact of the pandemic situation of the second wave and also the fear of third wave, as well as a code red for humanity, UN said on climate change. Sir, Vishwas scheme was launched last year to settle pending disputes. Indications are there that the scheme has been a good success. Is there any benefit we have taken from this scheme, sir? Next, in balance sheet, there is a sufficient room for improvement. Therefore, I want to know the future step to increase the asset quality and the capital improvement to strengthen the balance sheet and your value creation roadmap. Sir, we are happy that the company doing very well under CRS and our credit rating updated by ICRA, CARE and India rating, all this India most rating company to AA-, and company has taken steps to reduce the debts and all steps to increase the turnover in Indian and overseas market. Sir, since we are looking about the Afghanistan and near about that, the position is not good, and how you will react, and the traveling is almost banned, and how you are addressing the issue. Next, sir, after going through the recent journey of the company, sir, we are shareholders are happy but not fully contented because we feel the company has much more potential than what it has delivered. We feel that the company management is very competent in its thinking, in its approach, and to achieve the target, systematic in its working and stronger in its commitment and more responsible. सर फिजिकल मीटिंग होती तो एक अलग आपको मिलने का और आपको बड़ी एक एनर्जी से आती थी शेयर होल्डर में जब हम आपसे हुए मिलते थे, किंतु इस कोविड ने बहुत कुछ बदल दिया है और बहुत कुछ खोया है हमने, और आगे बढ़ने की भी प्रेरणा, एक शक्ति, एक ऊर्जा हमें मिलती है। सर शेयर होल्डर हमेशा आपके साथ रहे हैं, हम शुरू से आपसे जुड़े हुए हैं। राजीव सर बहुत ही काबिल सीएफओ हैं, हमने हैवल्स में भी देखा है कि हमारे जो सीएफओ हैं किसी भी दिशा में किसी भी चीज से कम नहीं है, बहुत ही काबिल सीएफओ में दिल्ली एनसीआर में आते हैं। मैं सर एक ही बात कहना चाहता हूं कि प्रतिद्वंदियों से कह दो कि अकेले नहीं है हम, अंशधारियों का दुआओं का काफिला चलता है हमारे साथ। सर बुजुर्गों ने भी शेरों को सिखा दिया है खामोश रहना, क्योंकि उनको एहसास है कि दिहाड़ कर शिकार नहीं होता। हमारी कंपनी जिस दूरदर्शिता से, संकल्प से, कड़ी मेहनत करते हुए परिकाष्ठा की ओर जा रही है। प्रधानमंत्री ने 15 अगस्त को कहा था कि प्रिशन से परिकाष्ठा की ओर चलिए, और मैं देख रहा हूं कि अनिल जी आप में पूरा समर्थ है और आप कंपनी को परिकाष्ठा की ओर ले ही जा रहे हैं और ऊंचाइयों पे लेके जाएंगे, ऐसी मेरी पूरी उम्मीद है। और यही हमारी दुआएं हैं कि आप और तरक्की करें और आगे बढ़ें, और किसी भी रूप में अगर आप राइट इशू लाते हैं तो हमें बड़ी खुशी होगी, या हमारी कंपनी शेयर सब्सिडी की ओर देखे या बोनस की ओर भी देखे आने वाले वर्ष में, तो एक अच्छा पहल होगी अंशधारियों को एक अच्छा रिवार्ड देने में हमारी कंपनी डिविडेंड में बहुत बेस्ट है, क्योंकि इस समय जो हालात रहे हैं कंपनी में ऑक्सीजन कमाना बड़ा मुश्किल था लोगों के लिए और कंपनियों के लिए, और हमारी कंपनी ने उस दिशा में भी बहुत अच्छा प्रयास किया है, अच्छा डिविडेंड देने की ओर आगे कदम बढ़ाए हैं और डिविडेंड भी हमें दे रही है। अनिल जी मैं आपके जरिए कंपनी उनकी टीम का और आपका तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं, और बहुत बहुत दुआओं के साथ आपको नमन, और सभी कंपनियों के एम्प्लॉइयों को उनकी जो इस कठिन वक्त में भी उन्होंने जो कंपनी में काम किया है, अपनी ड्यूटी निभाई है, अपनी परफॉर्मेंस बेस्ट दी है, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर।
थैंक यू भूटानी जी आपके एनकरेजिंग वर्ड्स के लिए। और मैं आपको फिर से एश्योर करता हूं कि हम देखिए सेकेंड वेव और थर्ड वेव के बारे में तो हमें पता नहीं, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट गॉड, बट जो भी प्रिकॉशंस ले सकते हैं हमने अपने सभी एम्प्लॉयज को वैक्सीनेट किया है। जितने भी लोगों को हम जानते हैं उनको एनकरेज कर रहे हैं कि आप वैक्सीनेशन लीजिए, और हमारी सरकार भी उसमें बड़ी तेजी से काम कर रही है। इतनी तेजी से वैक्सीनेशन चल रहा है, मुझे नहीं लगता है कि थर्ड वेव आएगी, और अगर आई भी तो वो फेटल नहीं होगी अब, और मुझे नहीं लगता है कि बिजनेसेस पे उसका अभी कोई ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट होगा, ये मेरी उम्मीद है। जहां तक अफगानिस्तान का सवाल है वो तो अब ये पॉलिटिकल मैटर है, वो हमारे प्रधानमंत्री देखेंगे उसमें क्या करना है। हम आपको अब इतना एश्योर कर सकते हैं कि केईआई में हम अपनी परफॉर्मेंस से आपको निराश नहीं करेंगे। थैंक यू
सर। आवर नेक्स्ट स्पीकर इज राजू वर्मा। वर्मा जी, if you are in the meeting.
Yes, sir. I am audible.
So, yes.
I am Raju Verma. My client ID is 100-79634, and I have joined from New Delhi. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope your family members are fine. The COVID is not yet over, and I congratulate management of KEI for organizing this meeting virtually. Our CS department is providing required information on time. I have following query. What is our plan to increase sales revenue this year? From which segment there will be growth? Thank you. Thank you, sir, for the
सर मैंने अपने एड्रेस में बताया कि हमारा जो मेजर ग्रोथ है, हमारे सभी वर्टिकल ग्रोथ कर रहे हैं, और जो सेक्टर्स जो मैंने बताया कि रेलवेज, मेट्रोज, हाईवेज प्रोजेक्ट्स में जो टनल वेंटिलेशन प्रोजेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं, power and transmission and distribution, solar power projects, ये सारे ग्रोथ एरियाज हैं. अब ये जो ग्रोथ एरियाज हैं, ये जो सेक्टर्स हैं, इनको हम मार्केट करते हैं, डायरेक्टली करते हैं इंस्टीट्यूशनल मार्केटिंग टीम्स के थ्रू और डीलर नेटवर्क के थ्रू. इसके अलावा रियल एस्टेट सेक्टर में और कंस्ट्रक्शन सेक्टर में काफी बूम दिख रहा है, जो हमारा डीलर नेटवर्क हमें इस टाइम उस वक्त उसके अंदर हेल्प कर रहा है. तो यही सब सेक्टर्स हैं, जो इकोनॉमी के जितने भी सेक्टर्स हैं हमारी कंपनी उससे जुड़ी हुई है. और भी जो जहां पर हमारे पास गैप्स हैं या जो वीकनेसेस हैं उनको भी हम ऐड करेंगे. हमारे फोकस रडार पर, हमारे फोकस में वो सभी सेक्टर्स हैं जिनको हमें ऐड करना है. तो मैं एश्योर करता हूं कि हमारी जो ग्रोथ है, जो मैंने एक गाइडेंस दिया है कि 20% ग्रोथ अगले कंटिन्यूअस बेसिस पे अगले 3, 4 या 5 साल तक, वो हम अभी भी मेंटेन कर रहे हैं और ये कंजर्वेटिव फिगर है. हो सकता है हम इससे कहीं ज्यादा ग्रोथ. थैंक यू.
Thank you, sir. So, Mr. Rajiv Verma was the last speaker, and now with this we conclude the question and answer session. Question asked through chat box will be replied to the respective shareholders within a week's time. I have seen that there are 2-3 queries on the chat box, so I reply to those shareholders on an individual basis. Members who have attended the AGM today and who have not cast their vote by remote e-voting may cast their vote on the e-voting platform now. Even after the AGM, there will be a window of 15 minutes during which the members can vote. So thank you, shareholders, for attending this annual general meeting virtually. I once again thank you, our chairman, board of directors, auditors for their participation, and now they can log off who has joined virtually from the meeting. And now we conclude the meeting from here. I propose vote of thanks to our chairman, sir, and the entire board of directors who are present here on the dais. Thank you so much, dear shareholders.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.